Welcome back, guys. We are on part 13 of our playthrough, and we have just completed the purple streamer. We are at the top of this tower. This is right where we left off last time, and as you can see right there in the background, the green streamer goes up into the sky, and we have to jump into this light to take us up and see what is going on. I'm really excited for this, I guess, city in the clouds for this green streamer. I really love when games do this kind of city in the clouds type of thing. I mentioned it last episode. They did it in Breath of the Wild. I thought it was really cool. They've done this in pretty much every Paper Mario. In the first Paper Mario, it was something to do with the stars. I don't remember exactly what it was called, but you would collect all of the spirit stars or whatever, and then you would head up into the clouds to where they all lived. In the Thousand-Year Door, they did it, but it was more like you would take a blimp into the city in the sky. It was like the rich part of, or like the rich neighborhood where everyone lived, I guess, where all the rich people lived. But I'm really excited to see what they do with this one. I hope it's really good. I'm curious to see whether we get new Vellumental, because it seemed like our last Vellumental would be the ice one, just because of how the last area was. Although, seeing this, I suspect that we might get a wind Vellumental just because all of these clouds are in a way and it's kind of cloudy up here, or the clouds will just move out of our way like that. Anyways, I'm excited to see what we're getting ourselves into. So I actually have seen this before in thumbnails of YouTube videos that talk about game-breaking bugs or something, where it like deletes all of your save file. So I really hope that I do not come across this bug in some way and accidentally erase all of my save file, because if that's the case, then I probably just won't continue this game. So after walking in, we were given a card. You would go to each hot spring and get a stamp, and you would return back to the main area and get a prize. And there seems to be something wrong with this hot spring, but I'm not sure, so let's talk to this Koopa. Well, he didn't give us anything, really. I'm not quite sure what we're supposed to do here. Olivia won't really let us walk away, but it seems like something is wrong. Oh, okay, we were just supposed to stand here and not move. So I guess we have to go to every hot spring and do that, and then collect our stamp. So 3 more. I'll come back once we've gotten all 3 of them. Well, here's the building where the green streamer leads to. It looks like something of Bowser's has crashed into it and completely ruined the building. And it looks like we're about to get a partner right here. I recognize this from the trailer about the game. So let's get this partner. Let's see what she's all about. Oh, so it looks like we might be finding Bowser soon. I guess this means that getting all 4 stamps for the spas aren't that important. So maybe as a side quest thing we can do that later, but right now it's important that we head towards Bowser's castle and check out the green streamer. Bowser Jr, that's exciting. Scissors, okay, we get to fight against Scissors now. Olivia suggested that we take Bowser Jr into one of the hot springs to try to revive him and maybe help him out, since it gave us all of our health and we enjoyed it so much. So let's head back to one of the springs. Maybe, let's see if we can find a new one to go to so we can knock out getting a stamp in the process. Hurry to the Spring of Purification. I just checked that board back there, and the Spring of Purification is the one that we are already at. So I guess we have to head back to the same one, so we won't be getting an extra stamp with this. Well, the Spring of Purification did help out Bowser Jr., so now he is working along with us to try to get inside Bowser's castle. I think it's really cool that we get to work alongside traditional enemies that we usually fight against in every other game, but we now get to team up with them to fight against these origami enemies. Since Bowser Jr.'s cart is not working, I don't know what it's called, I'm just going to call it a cart, we now need to go to all 4 of these springs to help fully rejuvenate him. So it looks like the closest one from here is probably number 4, which is the Spring of Bliss. This is also nice because this means that we don't need to go out of our way to get all 4 stamps for the little stamp card that we were given at the very beginning. So this spring appears to be too hot. I think we need to get this this blue toad to start spraying out water to cool it down. It looks like as of right now we really can't do much, so we're gonna have to just head to a different spring. So for the next spot, we had to travel to this floating island that was a jungle, and inside the jungle we found a big tree. But when we tried going to the tree, the bridge was broken, so we had to take this secret path. There were so many choices on where to go, but I decided to agree with the new kid, because that's the nice thing to do. But it seemed to make Olivia sad, but I'm sure she'll get over it. Then we had to make another choice about which way to go, and I thought, hey, this new kid's kinda onto something, so I went with him again, even though it seemed to make Olivia sad. But she couldn't be sad too long, because there was something scary hiding in the bushes, and then I fucking skirted a bee, and he was too blind to see me, and then I started cheering for the ground, because we got around that bee. And when I was trying to collect some coins, a tree almost fell on us like it was a booby trap, but I ignored it and picked up the coins anyways, and I found these really cool shiny boots. Then there were some plants playing with the dangerous ball, so I hit one of them with the hammer to get them to stop, but they didn't seem to like that, and after defeating them, one of them dropped a magic Dorito for some reason. Then we had to make a really scary jump between these trees, and this big thing tried to eat us, but he missed because he was going too slow. Right after that, we came across another split in the path, but this one had 3 ways. And just because I felt bad for Olivia, I went with the way that she wanted, but that led to a dead end. And a dead us. What? No way! Are you serious? That's a game over? What? On the second time around, I made damn sure not to listen to Olivia, but I didn't think about Bowser Jr.'s feelings. On this path, the big scary ball thing jumped out at us and started chasing us, but we got away by getting it stuck behind tree roots. Luckily, that was the last thing to worry about because we finally made it to the other side. After this long truck up to the top of this tree and over to the next floating island, we find the Rejuvenation Spring, and it's missing its plug. So we can't even use it yet. I really hope we don't have to backtrack here. Hopefully it's really close. Maybe it's behind these trees or something. Hopefully it's really close because, well, it just seems impossible to backtrack here with everything that was destroyed on the way. Oh, I think I see it. It's right there on top of the tree. Paper Mario Color Splash? So So I figured out what was wrong at this original, or I guess the second hot spring. I did not notice that you could get behind the wall here. There's a little spot you could jump over. So that should fix this. I guess we could have done this a lot sooner, but it's good that we eventually figured it out. Now that we have all 4 stamps, it's time to head back to the front desk. Let's see if whatever prize we get will help Bowser Jr. get his color back. So we get a ticket to the Spring of Rainbows. Looks like this will be really useful in getting his colors back, but we have to find this spring now. And he won't even tell us where to find it, and that's just part of the fun. So now we get to wander around this island and look for this mystery spring. According to this map, this mystery spring of rainbows should be just on the left side of this main island. I've been over there before and I haven't seen anything that looked like it would lead to a spring, but let's check again. It's covered by some clouds, so it's giving me suspicions that it might be on a separate island that is just a little bit below the clouds. Well, here's the entrance to the VIP rainbow spring or whatever. It is just behind some bushes that I didn't see earlier. Let's get down here and get the color back into Bowser Jr. Hopefully there's no enemies that we're forced into fights with or any difficult puzzles that we have to solve before getting there. And I can see the rainbow spring right there below us. It looks like this is probably a wall, yeah, or a door, I mean, and we should be into the rainbow spring in no time. Oh, it looks like there's a battle here. Race in place. Test eyesight and memory, so this should be pretty easy. I mean, it's kind of what I said about the last one, but it's a day at the races. Watch the finish closely and try to remember the exact results. Koopa, Shy Guy, Sniff It, and then Goomba. Who won, who lost, who tried really hard. All that matters is the finisher 3. So it's Koopa, Shy Guy, Sniff It, Goomba. Ring Scramble 30 points. Hopefully this is a lot easier because that last one was really hard. Alright, I was able to get it that time. Bath Math 50. I'm about to make a huge fool of myself again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 21. And then what plus 17 can make 21? 3 would be, so it would be 4. 4 plus 17. Finish. Quick math. Bowser Jr. is all restored. Now we can hop into that flying cart thing of his and take out that thunder guy at the top of that cloud that was stopping us from going to the castle. All of this just to take out one enemy. And then we can head into Bowser's castle, and I think that would be a good spot to end this episode. I think that this is getting rid of the Vellumental fight and like supplementing it with just a normal like boss fight of an Origami something. I don't think that we're going to be getting another Vellumental power throughout the rest of this game. And I think Bowser's Castle will just straight up have the green streamer in it, and we'll take out the scissors in there. Defeat the folded soldiers who are holding the missing panels to get them back. Well, I think that was pretty obvious. Get the on panel back and use a magic circle to defeat them. So I think the Earth one would be good at taking out all of these guys at the bottom. So let's work on getting this on panel back. The Sumo Bros are weak to fire, so I should have focused on getting the Fire of Elemental panel, but let's see what the Earth of Elemental panel can do for us. Holy crap, 100 damage. Well, that took all of them out. I think fire is for taking out the floating guys. 200 damage. It said he was weak, but I was not expecting him to be that weak. Wow. It's just like one hit and he's completely gone. That was crazy. If I knew it would have insta-killed him, I would have gone for that way sooner. Now it's finally time to go into Bowser's Castle and take out the green streamer. Although I'm gonna have to end this episode here. It's been a really fun episode. I really like this city in the clouds idea that they do in all these games. This one has been a lot of fun, going to each spa. The Shy Guy minigame was really fun. Going through the jungle was a lot of fun. Overall, I think this game just has gotten progressively better throughout the length of the game. Like, yeah, the Great Sea was a little bad, but compared to the very beginning of this game, it's really been just a lot better than I could have expected. But that's where I'm going to have to end this one here. I hope you guys have been enjoying. If you want more content like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Leave me a like if you've been enjoying it. Drop me a comment and I'll make sure to respond to you. And I hope you guys have a good day. See you next time.